I often hear financial advisors discuss the importance of having an income strategy in retirement. What is an income strategy and why do I need one?
That's a great question, and anyone that's at or nearing retirement should definitely have an income strategy. And really what an income strategy is, nothing more than having a plan as to when and where you will take your income throughout your retirement years. So when we're working, we're busy accumulating assets that we're going to need for retirement, hoping that they're growing in the stock market and we've amassed this lump sum of money. But we all know if we're investing in the market at some point in time, we know this money's going, or the market may go backwards. And so that's the time where we're going to, the importance of having an income strategy. And really what that is preparing us for the certainty of uncertainty, knowing that there are times where the money's going or the market's going to go backwards. So the idea behind an income strategy is taking the assets that we've saved throughout our working years and kind of allocating them into different accounts or buckets, I guess, if you would, to keep it simple. And so any monies that we may need in the next 3 to 5 or 6 years should be, relatively conservative, bearing no risk. Monies that we may not need for, 5 to 10 years still may be fairly conservative, but can take on maybe a little more risk. And then monies that we know that we won't need for at least 10 years, then those may allow us to allocate those dollars into more growth-oriented investments, stocks, dividend-paying stocks, what have you. So we've got money set aside for down markets, as well as money set aside for the growth that we're going to need over the long term.
So how does someone go about setting up these buckets and income strategy in retirement? What would that look like?
That's a great question. And the way that we would come to that conclusion, first I would encourage everyone to kind of go through a financial plan. So that's going to be the starting point to help figure out what type of income or how much income we will need throughout our retirement years. We need to be sure to factor in things like inflation. The cost of living is going to go up each and every year. We need to put that together to know what rate of return do we need our investments to make sure our money will help support our income needs throughout our retirement years. Once that's been established, then again, it's a matter of creating these, again, I use the term buckets if you would, but different types of investment vehicles. So what that may look like, for example, if we needed to supplement, say, pension and Social Security by $500 per month. If the market goes backwards, history looks like we may have times where the market may go backwards for 2 to 3 to 5 years, if not 10. So with that being said, if we needed, say, $500 per month over the course of 12 months, that's $6,000 a year. I want to prepare at a minimum for a 5-year down market. So it's $6,000 per year over 5 years. That's roughly $30,000 we want to make sure we've got in accounts that bear no risk. So again, we won't get rich off these accounts. These may be CDs, money markets, low duration bond funds, high quality funds, things that will produce some income but are going to be very safe and liquid if we need them. Then we may allocate a portion of our dollars that we may not need for 5 years. So if we went through a 5-year down market, we had to spend those assets down, then we've got some other assets there that we can flip on and begin to take distributions from, of which we may want to have another $30,000 or $40,000 into these types of accounts. And these may be something like fixed annuities that may give us a little bit better return, but we would know that they're liquid in 5 years. They may be dividend-paying stocks, high quality. Again, CDs, longer-term CDs to try to get a little bit better rate of return, but still not take on a whole lot of risk. And then dollars that we may not need for 10 years, then those may be invested in maybe a more growth-oriented portfolio. So we've got money set aside for short-term, mid-term, as well as long-term should be our more aggressive investments.
You've explained really well having a strategy for income for retirement. And once that plan's established, I'm wondering, is there something you need beyond that?
It's ongoing maintenance. So much like through our working years when we're saving in our 403Bs and 401Ks and we're selecting investments and periodically rebalancing that portfolio, we need to continue to do the same throughout our retirement years as well. So if we enter a time where we're forced to spend down some of those more conservative assets when we're going through down markets, those accounts may deplete over time. So when hopefully the markets return, we get above average growth with our more aggressive investments. At that time, we may need to reallocate some dollars back to those safe, secure investments, being CDs and savings and high quality bond funds to prepare us for the next down market, which is inevitable going to come.
Well, having expertise like yours is valuable for planning for retirement. What should someone do if they have questions and want more information?
For more information, you can go to our website, which is www.Meier & Associates, spelled M-A-I-E-R, and associates.com, or you may contact our office toll-free at 1-800-282-5400. 4503.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.